Hi guys, thanks for joining in. Today we'll be seeing uh, general how-tos in Oracle SQL, the basic concepts. So we'll be looking into how to create a table. We'll be saying how to insert or load data into a table. So we'll also be covering how to retrieve or pull data from a table. Just bear with my spellings, I'm very bad at it. So we'll also be covering how to filter the data. I will also be showing how to sort the data in a table, and we'll also be covering how to group the data inside the table. So as a part of group by, like when we are discussing group, how we can do the grouping in a table, like I will be covering how to use or how to perform aggregations. And as a part of it, we'll also be seeing how to filter the data, like how to filter the aggregated data. Okay, so we'll be seeing general concepts like how to drop a table, how to delete a table, how to delete records in a table. Okay, so I will be discussing all these 10 basic general how-tos that you have to know as a part of these sessions. So before starting, let me talk about database. Like I hope everybody know the word or term database, right? So generally we can define database as a collection of tables, or we can also define it as a collection of organized data in the form of rows and columns. I will show you like what I mean to explain as a part of database, right? So but for now you just keep in mind that database is a collection of tables, or it can be defined as a collection of organized information or data in the form of rows and columns. So let us take our first concept, how to create a table. So generally in Oracle SQL, so tables are be created by using this following syntax: create table, table name, take any table like employees, open brackets, and provide all the attributes here in the sense like the column names. So what will be the employees? Generally will be having employee ID, integer data type, and employee name, varchar data type, and let me have a salary of each and every employee, and data type will be integer. Don't worry about these data types. I will be discussing about different type of data types that are available in Oracle SQL in our coming sessions. Okay, just for now concentrate only on these 10 things. We'll discuss everything. Okay, and after that we'll be having department ID. So generally it will be always like create table, and whatever the table name that you want to give, you provide the table name here, and then the respective column names and their data types inside the brackets. So select all these lines, SQL lines, and then execute. See here, our table is been created. So this is how you will be creating a table. Okay, you can create any number of tables. Okay, the syntax remains the same. You need to provide the table name. Let me give you one more example. Let me take a department ID, departments table with department ID column and department name. Okay, so department ID, let me put it as integer data type, and department name, DEPT name, and varchar 2 provide some 25 length, precision length. Okay, so go and select the SQL lines and click create. That's it. See, this is how you will be creating tables in Oracle SQL. So the syntax remains the same and the number of columns. So these number of columns and the table names that you have to use generally in real time, like you will be getting requirements or technical document including all the details that are like what need to be created, what need to be a part of the table specifically. Uh, this document will be provided by data actors or business analyst. Okay, so this is how you will be creating the tables by using the details that are provided in that specification document. Okay, so we have seen how to create a table. Now the second one is how to insert a table, how to insert data into a table, right? So how to insert into a table. So generally you will be using insert into whatever the table that you want to insert data into, provide that table name. Like here in our case it's employees table. Okay, and provide the values in the sense we need to provide the values that we want to store in that in those columns which are part of that table, and the order should be the same. Okay, so take some random data. So all the character data type should be in single quotes in Oracle. John, make it 5000 and give some department name. So you can insert the records into, like select that insert line and then execute. See, one row got inserted. So in the similar way, insert some records for our discussions. I will be adding few rows. Okay, let me take 5 records. Let me provide some proper employee IDs and change the employee names to James and Jessica. And Scott. Ricky. Okay, so make it $3,500. 658. Okay, let me insert all these records into the table. See, all the 5 records got inserted, 4 records got inserted, and the previous record we already inserted, right? So this is how you will be inserting the data into a table. So you have seen how to create a table, how to insert a table by using insert into table name, values in the same order how the columns are defined. Okay, now what is the third one? We have seen how to create, how to insert. Now the third one is like how to retrieve, how to pull the data, how to show the data, how to display the data in from a table, right? So now we'll be discussing how to retrieve the data from a table. Okay, so you need to use a select in order to retrieve or pull the data from any table. Okay, select star from the table name. What is our table name? Employees, which we created, right? That is the table which we have inserted also. So I will be showing the data from that table. So star in the sense all, like get all the records that are present in that specific table. So it's like select star from employees. Select that SQL statement and then run it. See, we like all these 6 records got inserted, which we previously inserted that those 6 records into a table, right? Now it's displaying the same 6 records. This is how you will be like retrieving or pull the data from any table. You just need to use select star from whatever the table name that you want to pull from. Okay, so this is how you will be retrieving the data from a table. So what is the next one? How to filter data. So let's move on to the next part. How to filter data. So in Oracle SQL, there is a where clause which is used to filter data. So you know, right, how to retrieve all the data by using a select, right? Just use the same SQL line. We will be retrieving all the 6 records. But think that the requirement is like the client is asking to display only employees who belong to display only employees who belong to department 10. Take 10. Okay, so this is the client requirement, right? What business is asking? Display only the employees who belong to 10 department. So in like how to filter data in Oracle SQL, like you will be using a where clause. So you just need to query everything, like select star from employees, and you need to provide a where clause after that, where, and tell Oracle that pull only the records. What is the department, what is the column which is containing department IDs? This is the column, right? This is the attribute which contain department numbers. So you need to give the where, the condition. What is the condition? Where department is equal to 10. That is what client is asking, right? Display only employees who belongs to department 10. So you'll be using where clause, and you will be we have pulled only the records which who belongs to department 10. This is how you will be like filtering the data in Oracle SQL. Okay, let me explain one more. Take one more example and show you. So display only the employees whose salary is greater than $3,000. Okay, so this is our second requirement. So how you can do that? Select star from employees table. Okay, where, what is the condition this time? Salary. What is the salary column? EMP sal, right, in the table which contains salaries. EMP salary greater than 3,000. See, this is what it is. Like this is how you will be filtering the data in a table. So let me go to the next question that we want to discuss. How to sort the data. This is very simple. So just like where clause, like we have one more clause in Oracle SQL, which is order by clause. So we have we know how to pull all the records, right? Select star from the table name. So in Oracle, we'll be having one more clause which is used to sort the data, which is nothing but order by clause. Okay, order by, and on what column you want to sort. Generally take one more requirement. So the client is asking to display the records in such a way that those employees, like in such a way that the salaries should be in ascending order. Okay, display, take the question first. Okay, we'll take the requirement, display the, what is business is asking, display the employees with their salaries in ascending order. So you know that how to query all the records from a table, right? So you need to use order by clause and the condition. What is the condition here? On what basis you want to sort? Here you want the question, read the question. Display the employees with their salaries in ascending order. Salaries is the column. What column is containing salary values? Employee sal. So EMP sal, and the shortcut for ascending is ASC. Is the keyword for ascending. Okay. In Oracle ASC is for ascending, DSC is for descending. Okay, I will show you one more by taking that example also. So this one, semicolon is nothing but end of SQL line or end of line. We are telling Oracle that this is the end of the line SQL statement. Okay, just query these two lines and see what is see, all the employee salaries are arranged in ascending order. In the similar way, if the client asks you to display the employee salaries in descending order, what we discussed, DESC is the same statement. Okay, okay, bear with my spellings. Okay, so select star from employees, order by salaries, salary column, EMP sal, and DESC, which is a keyword for descending, right? See here, all the employee salaries are arranged in descending order. So I want to make this point. So even if you run without ASC, the default behavior of Oracle is like it will display all the records in ascending order only. Even if you specify ASC, or even if you don't specify ASC in ascending order, the default behavior of Oracle is like it will be displaying all the employee salaries in ascending order. That is the default behavior of Oracle. I hope that is clear. So this is how you will be sorting the data in a table. Okay. So what is our next topic? So we have seen how to filter data, or how to sort the data, and now we'll be moving to how to group the data. Okay, so let me take it down. How to group the data in a table. Okay, we'll take one requirement and we'll understand that requirement and we'll discuss the topic. Okay, so before going to group by, how to group the data in a table, like I hope you know aggregated functions, right? So generally in our school days, like we have learned different aggregated functions. So aggregated functions in the sense like I hope everybody knows the functions, at least max, min, minimum, and average, sum, and count. All these are like the aggregated functions. So we'll be discussing everything, don't worry about this, but these are the aggregated functions which we'll be discussing now. Okay, so how to group the data, you know how to query all the records from a table, right? Select star from employees. When you query this, it will pull all the records from the table. Okay, so take a requirement now. The client is asking, the business is asking us, get the sum of salaries, department wise sum of salaries. So they are asking us to display the department wise sum of salaries along with their department numbers, department IDs, something like that. Okay, this is the requirement. Now clearly understand the question. So they are asking us department wise sum of salaries, sum of salaries along with the department IDs, right? So when you Blindly remember that if in any interview or at any if you are asking, if you are taking any certifications also, if the question says department wise, category wise, product wise, something like that, it is nothing but that question is related to group by. Okay, blindly remember that if your question contains wise, then that they are talking about group by clause only. Okay, generally group by clause is the clause which is used to group the data in a table in Oracle. Okay, so this is how you can make a note to answer questions in interviews. If they ask you I am looking to get can you give me a SQL statement where it can pull the product wise sales, sum of sales, something like that, department wise sum of salaries, something like that. If they ask, you blindly remember that that concept is related to group by class only. Okay, so you know how to pull the all the records from employees, right? Now, in as I said, we'll be having a group by clause which is used to group the data. So in the question itself, understand carefully, they are asking us to do sum of salaries along with the department IDs, right? Department wise they need the records. So what is the department column here? Department ID. So you need to keep, they're asking to do a group by on department IDs, right? So department wise. I hope that is clear. I'm not making you confused, but drop me a comment if you have any questions. Okay, so it's like a DEPT ID. So they are asking us to do a group by on departments because they want to display the department wise sum of salaries, right? So from the question we can say that department wise. So what is the column which contain department numbers? Department ID. So group by department ID. So when you execute this SQL lines, it will throw you an error. I want to make a few very important points here. Let's query this. See, it threw an error, right? So why it's happening? Because let me write it down. The first point is like in Oracle, group by will always come into picture along with, will be used along with aggregated functions. If your SQL statement contains group by and doesn't contain aggregated function, then it will throw you an error for sure. I hope I'm making sense here. Okay, so group by clause will always be used along with aggregated functions. See here, our SQL statement doesn't have any aggregated functions, right? So let me use one aggregated function. So let me take, they are asking sum of salaries, right? Sum of, in the brackets, like what is the column name? The column which contains salary values, which is EMP sal, right? Let me query and show you. Understand the concept very clearly. Okay, it's very important. So select start from employee. See which column it contains salaries, EMP sal. So put that column because they are asking sum of salaries, right? So select sum of salaries from employees group by department ID. Now when you query these two lines, it will give you an output for sure. See, sum of salaries it's giving, but you don't know what it is, right? For which department the sum of salary is $2,300 and for which department it is $3,500. So here I want to make one more important point. You will be getting output, but in order to get a proper understandable outputs, you need to always use the columns which you mentioned in group by clause in your select statements. Okay, it means that always include the columns that you have used in group by clause in your SQL, in your select query as well. So remember this point. It's not a mandatory, but in order to like if you give this output to anybody, like can anybody understand like what it is? Usually we know that these are the sum of salary for departments, but if you give this output to somebody else, like they will understand that it's just a numbers or it's a numerical values, right? So in order to make it more clearer, it is always good practice that use all your whatever the columns that you mention along with the group by, mention the same columns in select statement. Okay, now query these two lines and it will make meaningful output. See, now we can know that the sum of salary for department ID 40 is $2,300. The sum of salary for a department 20 is $8,000, something like that. Okay, always remember these 2 points. It's very, very important. Group by will always be used along with the aggregated functions only. Okay, I hope that is clear. So let me take one more example. Okay, now what is the next? So we'll be discussing how to filter. So like yeah, how to perform aggregations, right? So the question says that department wise sum of salary. What if the business asks like I need to check the average sum of, like average salaries for each department. The question is the same thing, department wise average salaries they want. Now display department wise average salary along with the department IDs. Average salaries. Okay, in that case select star from, like how to pull the records, right? You also know how to group now data in a table, right? So you will be using group by clause in order to group your data. On what basis? Here they are asking department wise. So what is a department column what is a column in employees table which has a department values, department ID, right? Put department DEPT ID. Now can we get output with these two lines? No, it will throw error. Why? Because see the first statement what we made. Group, like note, group by will always be used along with aggregator functions. What is the aggregator function that they needed now? They are asking us to get the average of salaries. So just keep average of salaries. EMP cell. That is a column which contains salaries, right? So now we'll be getting an output. See, we got the output, but is it clear? Like we know that this is the average salaries of each department, but we don't know like which value belongs to which department, right? So for that, always remember our second point. What is it? Always include the columns that you have used in group by clause in your select query as well, in order to get proper results. Get understandable or proper results. Okay. Put what is the column that you used in group by? Put that same column here. Now see, department wise average salaries will be, it's displaying. Okay, if you want to check also check, go and check 10, the average salary of 10 department, 6,000 plus 11 5,000, right? What it is, 11,500 divided by 2, which is this value. You can check like that. Okay, this is the value. Okay, so this is how you will be using group by clause. You can use any all the aggregator functions. It totally depends upon your requirement. Okay, you can use all this aggregator function, min, max, average. You can find max salary in each and every department, minimum salary in each and every department, how many employees are there in each department by using count. You can do that. Okay, please practice at your end, and if you have any questions, let me know. And let's discuss about the next topic, how to filter the aggregated data. Okay, now take one. Let me go back. So, okay, we're discussing our eighth or ninth. Let me check once. How to filter aggregated data, right? Oh, okay. So this is our seventh. How to filter aggregated data. So take one more requirement. Now the client is asking, display only the departments, display only departments whose sum of salary greater than $8,000, something like that. Okay, this is our requirement. No, $8,000. But you know, like, how to get the sum of salary for each department, right? Let me write that query, which we already seen in the above example. Select this is it's asking us display only the departments whose sum of salaries greater than 8,000. Select star from employees will give you all the records from any table, like from employees table. Okay, these are the records. Sum of salaries should be greater than 8,000, right? So they're asking sum of, what is the salaries column? EMP sal. You need to keep. Okay. And they're asking display only, like if you do this, if you execute this SQL statement, you'll get all the sum of salaries. Like it will add all the salaries and it will give that sum of salary result. See, I will execute this one. So which is $25,300, right? So, but the thing is, like, this is not our requirement. The client is asking us to display the departments, only the departments whose sum of salaries greater than $8,000. So they're asking us to do the sum department wise, like, and display the departments whose sum of salaries is greater than 8,000. That is the requirement. So you already know how to use sum, right? Aggregated function, and you already know how to group the data. How you can group the data by using a group by clause, right? Group by, and what is the departments here? They are asking the departments, right? Group the data based on departments. What is the department column? What is the column which contain department numbers? Department ID column. Just place that department ID, and we know that whatever the group by clause that we use, whatever the column that we use in group by clause, we need to keep it in the select query, so that in order to get a proper results or understandable results. Okay, when you query this one, you'll be getting all the sum of salaries as per their departments. Now, what is the requirement? They are saying that pull only the departments whose, now we are getting all the departments, but they're asking only the departments whose sum of salaries are greater than 8,000, right? So you know how to filter, right? How you can do filtering by using a where clause, where you cannot use like sum of salaries EMP sal greater than 8,000. Will it give you an output? No, it will throw you an error. So remember that one more key point here. We can never use a where clause in order to filter aggregated data. We can never ever use where clause to filter aggregated data. Okay, this, like, what I mean to say is, like, this is the aggregated output, right? If we want to perform filtering on aggregated output, we cannot use where. For that, in Oracle, we have one more clause, which is having clause. Having provide the condition. What is the requirement? They are asking sum of salary should be greater than 8,000. Provide the same thing. Sum of EMP sal greater than 8,000. Now see how many departments it will display. See, only one department whose sum of salary is greater than 8,000. So this is how you will be solving the requirements. Okay, you just try to understand the concept, and you just need to understand the business requirement, and then accordingly you will be building your scripts. Okay, so remember that there is a having clause which will be used to filter aggregated data. Okay. So let me tell you, even if they ask you like the question changes to 5,000, let things that think that the department, the client is asking only to display the department whose sum of salary is greater than 5,000. So you just need to change the sum of salaries condition greater than, give the departments whose sum of salary greater than 5,000. Query this one. See, we got two departments, department 10 and 20, whose sum of salary is greater than 5,000, right? That's why we got these two departments, excuse me, in our result set. So again, like what if the client uh, client ask you for like average salaries or like minimum salaries? You just need to change this aggregated function, that's it. Okay, I hope that is clear. If not, like just give me, drop me an email, or just drop me a comment, I will reply back. Okay, so this is how we'll be filtering, like filtering the aggregated data. What is the next one? How to drop the table, right? So it's very easy. The syntax will be, so in real time you will not be like dropping anything, but just to know that there is an option to drop a table. Only if the requirement uh, ask you to drop any table, then you will be using drop tables. Okay, how to drop table? Okay, the syntax is drop table and table name, that's it. See here, like previously, now when I execute select star from employees, we'll be getting the data. Now the table is there, the data is also present inside the table, but now the requirement is please drop the table, right? How to drop a table? By using a drop table, table name, whatever the table name that you want to drop. Okay, select the SQL line and then execute. See, the table employee is dropped. Now when you go and query this one, it will give you an error that the table or view does not exist. See, that is the error. So this is how you will be dropping the table, but in real time, mostly you will not be dropping any tables. But when you are developing, if you create any table in a wrong way, then you can drop and recreate the table. That's it. But be very careful. Once you drop the table, it cannot be recovered. Okay. How the next one is how to delete records in a table. So let me, we drop the table, right? So let me create the table again and insert some records. Okay, see, the table is created. Now I am inserting the same records again. Now I go and query that specific select star from employees. See, we got the table, we got the data inside the table. Now I will show you how to delete the records. How to delete a specific records from a table. So the syntax will be delete from table name. What is the table name that we want to delete? Okay, think that the requirement is like delete the department 40 records, because maybe the department is not available anymore, so the client is asking to delete the department from the table. Whatever the data that belongs to department 40, they don't want to maintain it anymore. Okay, delete the department 40 from the table. So this delete, if this is the requirement, you just need to use this syntax, delete from table where, what is the department they are asking for? Department 40, right? What is the column which contain department numbers? Department ID is the column, is equal to 40. That's it. See, 2 rows got deleted. When you query this one, select star from employees, you will not be getting the departments records which are from 40 departments. See, now it's contain only 4 records which are from department 10 and 20, 30, but there are no records for department 40 which we have deleted. Okay, in order to save your data manipulate DML changes, you always need to use commit. I will be discussing commit, grant, revoke, everything, like all the SQL statements, SQL commands in our next sessions. Okay, but for now, like you just concentrate on all these 10 the basic how to's. If you have any question, let me know. I will very happy to help you out. Okay, thank you so much, guys.